Hi, everyone. Crystal Eckley here. Pronouns are she and her. I'm the co founder of Inclusive Journeys, the company behind inclusiveguide.com. Welcome to this series of how to start a nonprofit. Spoiler alert, I don't actually know how to start a nonprofit. I'm going to walk through my own process with y'all, hopefully get a couple of videos out a week that have little tips about how I did what and share them with you. We can learn together. As I go up a ladder, I want to hold that ladder back down and also create spaces where people can learn because I'm just doing this by myself and I have no idea what I'm doing. If I can help avoid that for somebody else and help get somebody else able to start their own nonprofit, then you're good to go. I'm feeling good. I'm sleeping at night, paying it forward. I also have some questions for folks out there watching these. Don't just watch these in case you are starting a nonprofit yourself. Please watch them in case I have a question and need some help from y'all out there. So the first thing we're going to do today is register a new business with the IRS. Actually, Inclusive Journeys, the company, is already a registered business with the IRS. In 2020, we actually started as a for-profit company and we're now making the shift to the new nonprofit. There's a couple ways that you can do this, and we did talk to our lawyers. I'll put another video up about how important lawyers are and how we got pro bono status with ours. There's a bunch of different ways to structure or restructure when you're already a nonprofit and you want to, when you're already a for-profit and you are starting a nonprofit, you're turning into a nonprofit. The way that we chose that's best for us is that we're actually closing down the for-profit business and we're going to start an entirely new nonprofit entity. Now, it's true that you can have a nonprofit over a for-profit company. So the nonprofit owns the for-profit company, meaning that if you sell this for-profit company, the nonprofit reaps all the benefit, which is fine. It's fine. But for some people out there in the investment world, in the tech startup world, they might actually want an exit. That means that another investor comes in, they buy the company, or they buy a large chunk of the company, and then you can get millions of dollars for selling your great idea and your great company. Well, turns out I don't actually care about being super rich. I just want to be exit row rich. What is that? Exit row rich means I don't need to fly first class or business class, but I would love to upgrade to extra legroom without thinking about it. And I can do that on a nonprofit president CEO salary. I don't actually care about exiting with $1 billion. I don't know what I would do with $1 billion. I'm sorry, friends, family, but I'm not going to be a billionaire. I do want to make a living wage. I could do that. So I'm actually okay with this. And this is the direction that we're going. So to start a business with a nonprofit, or if you want to start any business, this is the simple step. We're going to go straight to irs.gov. Literally go to irs.gov right here in your browser. And then right here, search for start business. See, I already searched for it. It's right here. So start business. You don't need fancy search terms. So right here, we have checklist for starting a business. Very helpful. This is some really good information. Apply for an employer identification number. That is a number given to you by the government, by the IRS, by your Uncle Sam that tells them that you have registered a business. And this is actually super easy. It takes just a few steps. I've already done this with Inclusive Journeys Alliance. That's the new name for the nonprofit. So I'm going to go through these steps really fast with just some random information. And we're just not going to press submit. I just want to show you how fast this process is. So I'm going to hit that alert. You must complete each EIN application individually instead of using an automated process. So we're going to hit apply online right here. And we're going to determine our eligibility. That's great. Understand the online application. Tons of resources and materials for you to do some research on. We have a pop-up that says this is for authorized use only and please don't break the law. This is the form. You can find out, do I need an EIN? Do I need a new EIN? And you're basically going to begin application. What type of legal structure is applying for an EIN? This is where you do want to talk to a legal expert and you probably want to talk to a tax expert. Now, there's a lot of folks out there, depending on your organization, that might give you a little bit of advice. Maybe you're going to use them as your tax attorney, as your accountant, as your legal advice. I cannot tell you which option to click here, but I can tell you that for the nonprofit that we're going for, I did click view additional types, including tax exempt and governmental organizations. That was right for us. I have no idea what's right for you. The same process pretty much no matter what business type of business you're starting, even if it's a for-profit company. Right here, we have additional types. Again, I can't tell you what type to choose. For Inclusive Journeys Alliance, we're doing other nonprofit tax exempt organizations. If you click on any of these links, it'll bring you to a little pop-up that I'm guessing you can't see that gives you a description of what each one is. Confirm your other nonprofit tax exempt organizations as the type of structure you're applying for. So it gives you just a little double check. So it just gives you a second chance right here on this screen. Why is the nonprofit tax exempt organization requesting an EIN? The options here are started a new business, hired employees, banking purposes, changed type of organizations. If we wanted to change the for-profit to a nonprofit, we could click that. But for reasons I've discussed with our attorneys, we're actually not going to do that. We're going to start an entirely new business entity, close down the for-profit, different process, or purchased an active business. I personally clicked started a new business because that was right for us. So here, tell us about the responsible party. Whose name is on this? So I'm going to do Crystal Egley. I'm going to do 000000000 for the social security number. I'm responsible and duly authorized member or officer having knowledge of this organization's affair. So if that's true, great. Or if you're a third party applying for an EIN on behalf of this organization. So if that somebody else was doing this for you, you would have them click that. So a street, 123 Sesame Street. Again, I am not going to commit a crime. I am not going to press submit on this. Sesame City, say it's in Colorado. All right. Should the mail be directed to a specific person or department within the organization? If yes, write that there. Do you want to have an address different from the one above? No. So we're going to do that. Physical location, not address, not found. We're going to do enter as accepted. Then we do legal name. So we're going to do Sesame Street. Example, Boulder County, Colorado, nonprofit exempt organization start date, put today's date, whatever today's date is. So today is August 7th. And then we're going to do that. You're going to click details. Does your business own a highway motor vehicle with taxable gross weight of that much weight? Does your business involve gambling or wages? No. Does our business need to file a quarterly excise tax form? Click on that. You'd be surprised what an excise tax form is. Look that up, see if it's right for you or not. Does your business sell or manufacture alcohol, tobacco, or firearms? No. Do you have or do you expect to have any employees who will receive Forms W-2 in the next 12 months? You can update this, talk to your lawyers, ask what is right for you. Let's just say no here. And then choose one category that best describes the business. Let's say other. We're going to hit continue. What do we do? Let's call it consulting for now. Do we provide operating advice and assistance to business and other organizations? No, we're going to do DEI consulting. We're going to hit continue. And then you do have two options for receiving your confirmation letter. Please choose one below. This is where I'm going to stop because I am not actually going to complete this form. I'm going to hit exit. It does not save my progress. That is literally it. You just say right here if you want to receive the letter online or by mail. That's it. You've now been able to apply for an EIN. And that is how you start a business. So what do you do with the EIN? You're going to take that to your bank. So find a bank. Also, when you find a bank, we're going to talk about this in one of the videos about banking. But when you find a bank, make sure that your money is going somewhere where you can sleep at night. You have no idea what banks do with your money and where they invest it and what they invest it in. So pick your bank very carefully based on your own personal value. I'm not going to make a recommendation. I'm going to pick a bank based on my personal values and needs. But basically, that is how fast you can start your own business. What was that? Like less than 5 minutes? Yeah. And you can start your own business just like that. What I'm going to do, what I've been told are the next steps is now I need to actually go and apply for that nonprofit status. All I did right now was start a business. The IRS doesn't know yet what I'm applying for nonprofit status. I still have to make a whole packet. It's almost done. A business plan, a proposal. I need to defend why this is for the public good. My lawyers are going to help me submit that. I'll walk you through that process as well. But this is how fast it is to get a business EIN. It's the first thing you're going to want to do to start a business. Hope it was helpful. Let's go change the world.